Hello, Jefferson families, and welcome to the virtual kindergarten orientation for the 2021-2022 school year. It is with great excitement that I get to officially welcome you to kindergarten and thank you for taking the time to participate in today's presentation. I'm Brett Belowitz, principal at Jefferson Elementary, and an equally important introduction is of our kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Casey Stewart. Mrs. Stewart has been a longtime faculty member here at Jefferson Elementary, spending a considerable amount of time in the kindergarten classroom. While Mrs. Stewart won't be attending tonight's presentation for the recording, she will be a friendly and a familiar face that you will come to learn so much from and come to love as a cherished memory of your child's first kindergarten experience. This presentation is intended to be concise yet informative, talking about the kindergarten experience at whole. We'll be discussing some of the curriculum, the standards that make up that curriculum, and the important relationship that your children will develop here at school with their peers, with their teachers, as well as the important relationships that we hope to foster and facilitate with each other. Communication and information is often vital to our success here at Jefferson Elementary, and this presentation will discuss some of the various ways that we hope to do so in the coming weeks, coming months, and the year ahead. While we haven't yet concluded the current school year, we're already actively looking and working ahead for the 2021-2022 school year, especially for our incoming kindergartners. As always, we are focused on whole child success, which means that we look far beyond just the academics, but also emphasize other key and important areas of mental health, emotional well-being, and social development. Mount Lebanon School District operates from a collaborative team approach, whether it's our elementary principals, whether it's our kindergarten team of teachers, or whether it's our Jefferson Elementary staff. We meet regularly to discuss ways that we can grow and do better for ourselves, for you as families, and most importantly for our students. The well-being of your child is our most important priority. We hope to be the first smile that they see each and every day, and a long-lasting wave as they leave every school day until we see them again tomorrow. Our goal is to communicate as often as possible to create an ongoing and open partnership of transparency and trust. We believe that that partnership is something that sets Jefferson's Elementary School apart and creates such successful years for us each and every year. When your child arrives at school each day, our focus is academics, integrating English language arts, science, mathematics, and social studies, as well as incorporating some other areas of library, art, music, and counseling. Each of these content areas create well-rounded learning experiences for your child and their learning progression. The goal is for your child to be an active participant in the process, actively asking, actively doing, actively learning, actively engaging. We believe that this active participant process is something that sets your child up for success in the kindergarten classroom, as well as for long-term success in all of their schooling years. All of our kindergarten curriculum, the standards that we use, and the integration of practices is all research-based on learning theory, and again, which sets us up each and every year to be successful, productive, and impactful. In addition to myself and Mrs. Stewart, there's some other key players at Jefferson Elementary that you may have already gotten to meet or will soon meet in the coming months. Our school secretary, Ms. Colleen Freilich. Her email address is listed below. Ms. Freilich has been a welcomed face and voice for you as you've begun this enrollment process. Her email address is listed to help you throughout the rest of this process, as well as answering specific questions you may have about Jefferson Elementary and the daily operations. Our school clerk, Mrs. Claire Dietrich, is also found in the front office. She is also a wealth of information, will be that friendly face at the door or the friendly voice when answering phone calls. We're so fortunate to have a school counselor on site with us each and every day. Mrs. Shira Akamatsu. Her email address is also listed. Mrs. Akamatsu always welcomes parents to engage and email her with questions, concerns, or just conversations about their child's success here at school, most importantly with their social and emotional well-being. The last three individuals, Mrs. Kim Salvador, our math support specialist, Dr. Bridget Watson, our reading specialist, and Mrs. Kelly Breyer, our learning support teacher, are all individuals who may be working with your child for personalized learning approaches. Additionally, they operate as our school support team, working across grade levels across the school to conduct school benchmark assessments throughout the year and to ensure that your child is making the adequate progress and growth necessary at their specific grade levels. As previously mentioned, one of our secrets to success is our home and school communication. We've created various avenues and forums for us to ensure that parents are receiving information in a timely manner, but also opening up that communication to be two ways. Mrs. Stewart has created a kindergarten website which has important information and resources for you to feel well prepared for the school year as it comes, as well as prepared and engaged as the school year continues. Mrs. Stewart also has a Twitter page, at Mrs. Stewart KDG. Similarly to Mrs. Stewart's Twitter page, our school Twitter page is at JES MTLSD. Those provide glimpse shots of what occurs here at Jefferson Elementary that may not always make its way to from your students. Our school has a weekly JES newsletter. This is emailed every Friday, and it pertains important information about the current week events, upcoming events, important dates, reminders, and ways for you to become engaged with the school offerings that we have headed our way. Lastly, on social media, we also have a Jefferson Elementary Instagram page. This is conducted by our school counselor, Mrs. Akamatsu, and can be found using at JES Days with Mrs. A. For new families, as well as families new to the school district at large, it's important to make mention of our dashboard accounts. All students in the Mount Lebanon School District are given a username and a password. This username and password is attached to a dashboard email account. This is something that all families and parents have access to. In the dashboard is our student information management system, which has important email contacts, emergency contacts, and ways for you to stay engaged with your child's progress throughout the year. We do ask that you update the information found within your dashboard account as soon as possible and regularly throughout the year, as this is our main mode of communication and go-to method for finding contacts when necessary. If you're having difficulty accessing your dashboard account, please contact the school office. We will have accessibility and ways to provide you with detailed instructions or a reset of your username and password. Continuing with the incredible team that we have at Jefferson Elementary is our health office staff. Mrs. Lauren Seuss, our certified school nurse, Mrs. Rebecca Laverty, our health aide, and Mrs. Deanna Hess, our chairperson for health services. Each of these individuals provide daily response to the students' needs, as well as school communication regarding immunizations, records for enrollment, as well as operating and answering questions that you may have regarding your specific child. Pennsylvania does have school health requirements. Various immunizations, lead testing requirements, physical and dental exams, as well as a health history form are all required aspects of enrollment in kindergarten. The video that is linked here is a video conducted by a Mount Lebanon school nurse. She will detail some of these important requirements, as well as the dates and the ways for us to obtain that information to ensure that your child is ready to go in August. If you have additional health concerns that are specific to your family or child, serious or chronic health problems, medications that could be long-term or temporary, as well as just updating health information, we do ask that you share that with our school health team. When in doubt, we always advise you to ask our health team first. If you're unsure of how to stay connected with our health team, please contact myself, Mrs. Stewart, or the main office, and we'll get you in contact with either of those individuals. Our Parent-Teacher Association is another aspect of Jefferson Elementary that sets us apart and sets us up every year for success. The Parent-Teacher Association is an opportunity for all families to become involved with Jefferson Elementary and the offerings each year. In the kindergarten setting, we often have classroom volunteers who come in and participate for learning activities, holiday and seasonal parties, chaperoning field trips, and monitoring school assemblies. In addition to helping in person, we also have the Parent-Teacher Association who helps in fostering our teachers' wish lists and reimbursements so that they can provide new and interesting opportunities for their kids within the classroom. Our PTA president is Mrs. Jenny Elder. She is a parent of a third grade student here at Jefferson Elementary, and her email is also listed below. We encourage you to contact Mrs. Elder about getting involved with Parent-Teacher Association and asking questions that she can answer and helping you feel involved and engaged in the process. While it is always our goal to meet students wherever they are at in their learning journey, we do find that having students with a nice foundation before coming to kindergarten does set them up for success and allows them to feel confident in their daily practices. A few of these items have been developed by the kindergarten and elementary team in terms of what is most essential in having kids ready before coming to school in August. These are great ideas for you to practice and to try out with your kids to see where they are at in their journey of being ready for school in August. Counting to 10 and identifying numbers, identifying letters of the alphabet and the sounds associated, recognizing and writing their own name, demonstrating large motor skills, identifying colors, objects, shapes, sizes, following 2 to 3 step directions, tracing basic shapes, and recognizing groups of 1 to 5 objects. While each of these is important to their success, and certainly that we would be happy to support along their way, they're nice strategies for you to continue maintaining throughout the summer months before we begin their journey with us in August. Looking ahead at what is next, again, we appreciate and we value ongoing communication. In saying this, you can expect additional communication from the Jefferson Elementary team around June 10th. This is when kindergarten session assignments will be mailed to all U.S. home addresses provided within the enrollment forms. This will indicate whether we have an AM or PM assignment. As of currently, we have 1 AM session and 1 PM session, both with Mrs. Casey Stewart. If you have not received communication by June 18th regarding the assignment of your incoming kindergartner, we ask that you please follow up with us in the office via email or phone call. On July 15th, you can expect additional communication coming through email. This will be regarding updates for the current school year, as well as opportunities that we may be establishing throughout the summer months to keep your kids feeling comfortable and engaged within the school community, as well as ready to learn in August. August 23rd and 24th are the first 2 days of school in Mount Lebanon School District. For all students in grades 1 through 5, this is a typical school day. For our kindergarten students, it looks a little bit different. Kindergarten interviews are an opportunity for your students to have one-on-one time with Mrs. Stewart, as well as to have their first experience within the Jefferson Elementary School. These will be taking place on August 23rd and 24th by scheduled appointments. Wednesday, August 25th, is the first official day of kindergarten for all Mount Lebanon School students. Our PTA organizes and offers a Kleenex and coffee. This is an opportunity for all kindergarten families to gather at our front Circle Drive entrance of Jefferson Elementary near the kindergarten playground and to be able to just process and enjoy the moment together. This takes place on the morning of Wednesday, August 25th from 8:30 in the morning until 9 o'clock in the morning. More information will be coming from myself as well as PTA regarding this event. Our last slide contains some important information for you to refer back to throughout the coming months and to answer some of the questions that may not have been covered within this presentation. Our first link is to the district website, which will give you access to all of our elementary schools and most specifically the school website listed below, which is ours. We've created a kindergarten orientation website where you can find important enrollment information, the recorded presentation, as well as links to some of the individuals and their websites listed throughout this presentation. The kindergarten website below is the one referenced earlier that was created by Mrs. Stewart. And important to know our Jefferson Elementary main entrance, which is at 11 Moffett Street. My contact is listed below, as well as the JES office, 412-344-2167. We do operate throughout the summer months and are happy to answer questions that you have throughout this process and journey. We want to thank you again for taking the time to spend a moment with us to learn more about us and to learn more about Jefferson Elementary and the kindergarten experience. We cannot wait to keep open communication throughout the summer and to welcome you in August and to start the school year with a smile.